Achuta, Unga kun bistolpi kikuliana, Dong patugas vakdelea. Unga kun bez ching palamule, tunking bamude, Tugning chatukunne, muleraves. Muchachak bakhat. Kieno no namapaule rachiku. Miki Gravumoko, Kachichu, Ita Botunga, Toldogang, Wale Oganda Naru, Chuchut, Odesha Ponka, Bola Wanachi, Amule Slimo, Podonara, Kumbis, Mule Rabes, Jedobadowana Nidibomo, Dom Nabuncha, Nunya, Dom Batukashmak, Telea. Kunbez ching balamule, tunking bamunutak, tugning chatukunde, mulerabes, kachikun idahaldonga, iking kuno bamulerachikun, stimo podona, rudihodunga kunkabe. Tong haitwam jiji jung lumpa, nitapoe tikitu, dolpa da bonkwaleo gandona chuchu. Kachichu ita dundonga. Yumalita kuto tun. Chilamulane nindubobo. Onga kumbis jang ba mulera. Unga diho donga kunhanga. Ona kumbes ching balamule. Tunking ba munuda. Tugning chatukunne. Mulerabes. Kachikun ita haldonga. Iking kuno pa mulerachikun. Stimo podona, rudihodunga kun hunkabe. Unga dihodunga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule, tunking ba munudak. Tugning chatukunne, mulerabes. Kachikun idahaldonga. Iking kuno pa mulerachikun. Stimo podona, rudihodunga kun hunkabe. Unga dihodunga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule, tunking ba munudak. Tugning chatukunne, mulerabes. Kachikun idahaldonga. Iking kuno pa mulerachikun. Stimo podona, rudihodunga kun hunkabe. Unga dihodunga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule, tunking ba nunodak. Tugning chatukunne, mulerabes. Muchachak bakhat. Kieno no namapaule rachikun.
Another Jedi, huh? Helping that Twi'lek investigate, no doubt. He seems stumped. I'm Rickard Lusoff. Maybe you can figure this out and let me get out of here. Well, I was out hunting Iriaz when I spotted one over here by the bridge. I pull out my rifle and aim at it. I couldn't see it that well, mind you, because the damn sun was in my eyes. So I shoot it and it drops. I walk over here and find Handon standing over Calder's body. So why don't you get this whole farce over with and send that whiner Handon to the prison he belongs in? So, what do you want to know? Well, I was out hunting Irias south of here, and I saw one over by the bridge. The sun was pretty much right behind it, though, so I couldn't see it none too clearly. I shot, and when I came over here, I found Handon standing over the body, holding his side. There wasn't an Irias in sight. I think he might have taken it. Calder must have been hunting it himself, because there was a rifle lying close to the body. Bullock's got that now. Mine, too. I want that back. So, what do you want to know? I told you already, didn't I? Was hunting some Irias. Haven't seen many in the area recently, what with those cat hounds acting up. But they're still around. Was in my blind a little south of here when I spotted one, like I said before. I shot and pow, it went down. But when I come over here, there's Handon standing over the body and the Irias was gone. Now, I don't have nothing to do with this, so can I go now? So, what do you want to know? Well, I kind of sprained my ankle running through the bush before I found the body, but it's nothing that serious. So, what do you want to know? Right.
Ah, greetings. You must be assisting Master Baluk in his investigation. I'm Handon Gould. Perhaps you've heard of me? I guess under the circumstances, no. Well, I presume you wish to hear my story, then. I shall tell you, of course, but there's not much to it. I'm sure that you'll agree that Rickard is quite obviously guilty of murder. You see, I was out here running earlier today. Yes, running. I do that a lot. Can't stand speeders, never use them. Keeps me in shape, too, you know. Anyway, I was out running on the other side of that bridge there, and all of a sudden I heard a shot coming from over here. I ran over and found this man Calder lying on the ground, dead. I saw Rickard come skulking out of the shadows of the rocks south of the river, and I knew something was wrong. I hit my emergency button and called the Enclave right away. Well, there. That's my story. Now, please hurry this up and arrest Rickard so I can get on with my day. How can I be of further assistance? Well, actually, I didn't see anything. I was over across the bridge. I heard a shot and came over. I can tell you I was sure surprised to see Calder's body lying there. I just got here when I saw Rickard coming out of the rocks holding his blaster. I was terrified. I had no idea what he was going to do, so I hit my emergency button and called the Enclave. Master Baluk came out here with his droid and started questioning us. I think he really doesn't understand what's going on. I hope that you'll be able to make a more informed decision and get me out of here soon. I have things I have to do. How can I be of further assistance? I was taking my daily constitutional. I just happened to be running by when I heard a shot. I ran over and found Calder's body lying there. Yes, quite often. I generally prefer running to anything else. Can't stand speeders. A healthy body will breed a healthy mind, as I always say. Injured? No, of course not. Why would I have been? Fit as a bathtub. I run. I don't know if I mentioned that. How can I be of further assistance? Of course, of course. Listen, if you need anything, I shall be glad to assist.
Greetings, apprentice. You must be the one Master Baluk has enlisted to help you with this problem. I am an information retrieval droid. I can assist you by accessing the records of both the Jedi Enclave and the central government facilities here on Dantooine. If you have any need of my services, please do not hesitate to talk to me. I have already retrieved some information from the archives on Calder Netic, Rickard Lusov, and Handon Gould. I have also had time to examine the body of Mr. Netic. Is there any information you require? My preliminary analysis of the body indicates that he was killed approximately 3 hours ago by a single energy blast to the torso. Is there any other information you need? These plains are rife with wild animals, not all of them benign. The Irias are mostly docile, but can easily be provoked to violence. Calf hounds, on the other hand, are much more deadly. There have been over 35 catalogued attacks on settlers by calf hounds in the last 2 weeks. A general advisory was given out 3 days ago to carry a weapon at all times when on the plains. Small farms and holdings dot the plains and can provide safe refuge for those in need. Is there any other information you need? Very well. I will be here to assist you.
Ako pa, Cheko ba? Gino mulera kimpaja, kislimu po duama? Ronda diho tonga kun honkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule, tongking ba nunotek. Tugning chatukunne mulerabes. Takun just takmiki grabul mogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank, wale oganda naru chuchut. Ogesha ponka bola wana chikne. Mule slimo podadara nanga kubis mule rabes. Jedaba the wana nidi bobo. Dong na bungsha nunya. Dong batukashmak telea. Tong haidwam jiji jung lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bongwalea gandona chuchut. Kachi chu ita dundonga. Yumalita kuto tun. Chila mulane ni dubobo. Onga kumbis chang ba mulera. Mucho shat pakhat. Kiye no nama paole rachikun. Akupa chekopa. Tong haidwam jiji jung lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bongwalea gandona chuchut. Kachi chu ita dundonga. Yumalita kuto tun. Chila mulane ni dubobo. Onga kumbis chang ba mulera. Ta kunjus takniki grabul mogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Mogesha ponka bola wana chikne. Mule slimo podadala nanga kumbis mule rabes.
Kachikun ita hodonga. Ikin kuno ba mule rachikun. Slimo podona. Ule hodonga ku unkabe.
Mucho shat pakhat. Kiye no nama paole rachikun.
So, what do you want to know? Yeah, I knew him. Hell, we've known each other for a good long time. Doesn't mean I really have to have liked the slime ball. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him. Especially now that he's dead. We actually got along pretty well most of the time. We just had our differences. We were actually business partners. We were involved in some orbit-to-ground transport operations for Aerotech. Can I leave now? I should probably be the one to give the news to his wife. So, what do you want to know? You Jedi are so predictable, always seeing some greater purpose behind everything, when the simple answer is usually the right one. Can't you see that it must have been Handon? I found him standing over the damned body. I don't know why this is causing you so much trouble. You almost seem as lost as this Baluk guy. So, what do you want to know? Right.
How can I be of further assistance? I knew him a little bit, but I was not any sort of great friend to him or anything. I never really associated with him that much. In truth, I didn't really want to. He had a reputation. Very inconsiderate of family, I heard. But merely having heard unkind things about someone wouldn't make me want to kill him. I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit agitated. Why must we remain here? Can't you see that Rickard must have shot him? How can I be of further assistance? Well, you see, Calder was involved in some pretty sordid business from time to time. More often than not, I've heard. Disreputable business practices, even more disreputable clients. I've even heard he had dealings with a hut here on Dantooine. Now, I bet you're wondering if I had any reasons to kill the man, but I tell you, I hardly knew him. I saw him once or twice, yes, and I've heard some pretty unkind things about him, but certainly nothing that would make me want to kill him. How can I be of further assistance? Of course, of course. Listen, if you need anything, I shall be glad to assist.
Is there any other information you need? The Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past several weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Nettic and Mr. Gould. Is there any other information you need? According to the municipal authorities near the Darrow spaceport, there had been news of violent drunken activity in the cantina attached to the port. Apparently, a Mr. R. Lusoff was making accusations at a Mr. C. Nettic about cheating him in a business deal. Jedi Tuka was dispatched to the scene and restored order. Is there any other information you need? Very well. I will be here to assist you.
Kupa Chekupa? Gino Mulera Kimpaija, Slim Podwama? Lunga Tonga Kunhangabi, Wanakumbes Ching Palamule, Tunkimba Nutek, Tukning Chatukune, Mulerabes, Kachikun Idahadonga, Iking Kuno Pamulera Chikun. Simo podona, Rundi Hodunga Kunkabe, Runda di Hodunga Kunhankabi, Wanakun Bez Ching Palamule, Tunkimba Nunotek, Tukning Chatukune, Mulerabes. Akupa Chekupa? Gino Mulera Kimpaija, Slim Podwama? Runda di Hodonga Kunhankabi. Akupa Chekupa? Runda di Hodonga Kunhankabi. Takunjus Takmiki Grabulmogo.
How can I be of further assistance? But I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would punch his face in given the opportunity, but I would not kill him. My wife was cheating on me with him. I slept in my own bed while I was in the next room. But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime. Of course.
So, what do you want to know? Now, I don't love Calder, but we go back a long way. We run a suborbital shipping and transport company out of Garang Spaceport. We've been partners in that business for well over 20 years, and we've been doing just fine the way we are. Right.
Is there any other information you need? Very well.
So, right.
Runda di Hodonga Kunhankabi. Kach Runda di Hodonga Kunhankabi. Takunjus Takmiki Grabulmogo. Kachichu Itabo Dunga. Turbobank Wale Oganda Naru Chuchut. Mogisha Ponka Bola Wanachipe. Mule Slimo Podadana Kumbis Mule Rabes. Kachikun Idahadonga. Iking Kuno Pamule Rachikun. Slimo Podona Rudiodunga Kunkabe. Muchashat Bakat. Kieno no Namapaule Rachikun.
How can I be of further assistance? That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened to it. I hardly have enough money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't tell you how important it is to have a weapon on hand with all these ravenous calf hounds around. Even an Irias can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most prized possession. I would most appreciate it if I could have that back after you determine that Rickard is the killer. How can I be of further assistance? Of course.
So, what do you want to know? That blaster? Never seen it before. Calder himself had a preference for Echani weaponry. He had this one really nice light blaster rifle that he always used. Always wished I could get myself a rifle like the one he had. That blaster ain't it, though. Calder only had the one rifle, too, so he either must have borrowed that, or it's someone else's. So, what do you want to know? Right.
Is there any other information you need? We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information you need? I am sorry, but I seem to be failing you. I have searched and searched, but I cannot seem to come up with anything at all. I thought to find the record of the missing weapon report Mr. Gould filed with the authorities, but there does not seem to be one. Is there any other information you need? Very well. I will be here to assist you.
Hakupa Chekopa? Gino Mulera Kimpaija, Slimu Poduama? Hakupa Chekopa? Gino Mulera Kimpaija, Slimu Poduama? Runda di Hotonga kun Hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tunking ba nunutek. Tukning chatukune mulerabes. Ka chikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno ba mulera chikun. Simo podona dundi hodunga ku hunkabe. Mucho shak pakant. Chiyeno no namapaule rachikun.
Is there any other information you need? I have just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. It had been sent back to the enclave just before you arrived. The blood on the weapon is definitely not Calder's. Unfortunately, there was a bacterial contaminant in the sample that had been taken back to the laboratory, and it had become degraded. We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information you need? Very well. I will be here to assist you.
Hakupa Chekopa? Tong abum shabum nina? Wanga kundis ken balemuraya. Johnny yon tunjiji idatwana. Kababoy bamuji kumana? Runda di hotonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tunking ba nunutek. Tukning chatukune mulerabes. Hakupa Chekopa? Gino Mulera Kimpaija, Slimu Poduama? Runda di hotonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tunking ba nunutek. Tukning chatukune mulerabes.
Hey, what are you doing?
Jedo badawana ni di bobo. Tong na bungsha nununya. Tong patukashmak talea. Ta kung just takmiki grabel mogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Mogesha ponka bola wana chikne. Amule slimo budadara nanga kumbis mule rabes. Runda di hotonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tunking ba nunutek. Tukning chatukune mule rabes. Tong abum shabum nina.
뭔가 곰비스 갱 발레무라야. 쇼니온 돈지지이다 두았나. 가봐볼 바 문제 구하나? 다 공주 스타크니키 그라블 모고 같이 주이다 모동가 돌바방크 원래 오간다 나루 추추 먹으샤 본가 몰라와나 치크네 아물레 슬리모 보다다다 남가 쿰비스 물레라베스 카치군 이다 하던가 이킹군 오빠 물레라치군 슬리모 보도나 근데 어둔가 군가베 룬데 디로던가 군 헝가비 원의 군베스 칭 발라물레 퉁킹바 누노닥 뚝닝 처투군네 물레라베스 통하이투엄 지지 종lumpa 니타포에 티키토 돌바다 봉과레어 간도난 추추트 같이 주 이타 돈동가 유말리타 쿠토둔 지라물라네 닌두보보 뭔가 콤비스장 바 물레라
Damn you. Damn both of you.
다 공주 스타크니키 그라블 모고 같이 주이다 모동가 돌바방크 원래 오간다 나루 추추트 먹으샤 본가 몰라와나 치크네 아물레 슬리모 보다다라 남가 쿰비스 물레라베스 카치군 이다 하던가 이킹군 오빠 물레라치군 슬리모 보도나 울리어둔가 군가베 통하이투엄 지지 종lumpa 니타포에 티키토 돌바다 봉과레어 간도난 추추트 같이 주 이타 돈동가 유말리타 쿠토둔 지라물라네 닌두보보 뭔가 콤비스장 바 물레라 아추타 뭔가 콤비스 돌비 기구야나 동 바투가스 막딜레야
Ah, so this is the meddler. You have caused us far too much trouble for a mere Jedi. I will add your head to those of the other Jedi I have killed and take yet another lightsaber for my own. Now you will know why the Mandalorians are feared.
My droid is still missing. I can feel him like a hole in my aching heart. My droid? Destroyed? No. No, this cannot be happening. I can't bear to live without him.
Have you found the Mandalorian raiders yet? Thank you, young master. My daughter can now, I think, rest in peace. Here is the reward I promised you. No, please take it. This pitiful amount will never be enough for what you have done for me. Again, I thank you. I will be sure to tell the council of your great deed.
I hear you managed to return Juhani to the Order. Congratulations. I regret not being able to tell you more, but some things you must see with your own eyes. Is there something I can help you with? I hope your time is well spent here on Dantooine.
You have done a great thing. One of our own had strayed, but you have returned Juhani to the Order. For this, you deserve the highest praise.
I must give you my thanks. Because of you, I am once again welcome within the Jedi Order. Quatra's injuries were not so severe as I first believed. I was foolish to believe I could harm a master such as she with my clumsy efforts. The fierce confrontation between us was nothing more than part of my training. Quatra wanted me to understand the threat of the dark side, to see how easy it was to fall from the path of light. Quatra's methods may seem strange, but I trust her wisdom. This lesson has been difficult, but I am better because of it. Humility is never easy to teach, but now I truly understand my own limitations. After our last battle, Quatra had nothing left to teach me. I needed time alone to explore the turmoil of my own spirit. Only then was I ready to follow a guide. You. Back to the light. When I left, Quatra knew her work with me was done. There are other disciples who need training throughout the galaxy, and she could not stay to see if I passed this most difficult trial. With your help, I have passed this difficult trial. The Council now feels I am ready to continue with my training. Though they have asked me to wait here for the time being, I do not know what the Council has in store for me. But I will trust in the Force, in the way of the Jedi to help me through whatever is to come.
Dantooine has a splendid environment. I would hate to see it damaged by too many settlers.
What do you want?
Now, Samt, don't be so rude. If it wasn't for this young Jedi, we wouldn't have met. I took the loss of my droid much too hard. I feel I must apologize. But I must. I was much too attached to my droid. It was all that was left of my husband, you see. Maybe I thought that through the droid, my husband could live again, be with me still. But I went too far. I could not see what was missing in living a normal life. Fortunately, in my grief, I returned here and ran into Samt, an absolutely fascinating man. Samt and I got to talking, and, well, we have a lot in common. I think we'll be seeing more of each other. It's funny how things work out in the end. Maybe there is such a thing as fate, after all. But I think we should be going now. We have so much more to talk about. I just wanted to thank you for what you've done for me, and what you tried to do. Goodbye, and thank you.
You have done well, my pupil. The ancient grove has been purified, and Juhani's journey down the dark path has been halted. Because of you, she walks once more in the light. But though she was saved, do not dismiss what happened to her. Juhani is both dedicated and true to the ideals of the Order, yet she was still vulnerable to the dark side, as are we all. She struck her master in anger during her training, and injured her greatly. But it was Quatra's choice to test Juhani this way, and it seems to have made its point. Juhani has been redeemed, and you have passed your final test. Congratulations, apprentice. Or should I say, congratulations, Padawan. You have proven yourself worthy of joining the Jedi. Let me be the first to welcome you as a full-fledged member of our Order.
It is good to see Juhani has returned to the way of the light. You are to be commended for your role in this. Your actions give us great hope for the future. Your training is now complete, Padawan. And perhaps now it is time we dealt with the matter of the dream you and Bastila shared. When we heard of the ruins in your dreams, Master Dorak recognized it as one of a series of ancient structures here on Dantooine. This one in particular lies to the east of this enclave. We sent a Jedi to investigate, but he has not returned. Perhaps sending him in the first place was a mistake. The Force is guiding you through your visions. It may be that exploring the ruins is a task tied to your destiny. That is why the Council has now decided you should be the one to investigate this. The secrets to stopping Malak may be hidden within those ruins. You must investigate them and find what Revan and Malak were looking for. We do not know. That is one of the things you must investigate. We fear the worst. Is there anything else you want to know? Master Vuk may seem harsh and critical, but he understands the dangers that lie in your path. He wants you and Bastila to be fully prepared when you finally face Lord Malak. The way ahead will be difficult for young Bastila, and for you. But you must draw strength from each other. May the Force be with you.
I demand justice! The Sandral family is a blight upon Dantooine. They must be punished.
The Council will look into this matter, Mr. Matale. You must be patient. Your accusations have no proof, and we do not want you stirring up trouble with the Sandrals if there is some mistake.
Mistake? My son Shen is missing. How can there be any doubt the Sandrals are to blame?
There are other possible explanations for your son's disappearance.
Ah, you Jedi are good for nothing but talk. I shall only wait so long before I take action on my own.
As dangerous as the threat from Darth Malak and the Sith may be, we Jedi cannot simply abandon our other responsibilities. The Council has promised Alan Matale we will look into his son's disappearance. Should you have time, Padawan, you may want to investigate this matter. These two families have been settled here for some years now.
And causing me no end of trouble.
Indeed. They have been settled here for some time, and feuding ever since. I do not know how the original feud started, but they want nothing to do with each other. As you may have heard, Alan Matale believes that his son, Shen, has been kidnapped by Nurik Sandral.
Curiously, Nurik's son, Cassis, has been missing for some time as well. I fear Nurik may suspect Alan in this.
Is there anything else you wish to know? The Sandral and Matale families are involved. The Sandrals live far to the south. The head of that family is Nurik Sandral. He is a stern man, but I believe him fair. Under the present circumstances, though, who knows? Alan Matale can be much more unstable. He is convinced of his own importance and can be a most oppressive individual at times. He lives closer to the Enclave, but still to the south. Is there anything else you wish to know? Both families have settled to the south of this Enclave. The Matales are the closer of the two. Both have similar estates, but Alan is much more paranoid about his, and guards it quite heavily. Is there anything else you wish to know?
If Shen Matale is not returned to his father, it may ignite a savage and bloody feud between the Matale and Sandral estates. We must not allow that to happen.
Your study and training are important, of course, but the Jedi are not a cloistered order. Our influence and teachings must spread beyond the walls of our academies.
It is in the real world that we truly prove ourselves worthy of the title Jedi. You would do well to remember this, young Padawan.
The task has its own importance. It may also serve to divert our minds for a short time, something which carries its own rewards.
is private property. By what authority are you trespassing on this estate? You have come from the Jedi Council. Master Matali wishes to speak with you. I will inform him that you are here. Remain at this location until he arrives.
My protocol droid tells me you are here on behalf of the Council. I was beginning to think my demands had been ignored, though I think your time would be better spent interrogating the Sandrels as to the whereabouts of my son Shen.
I have already told my story to the Council. Why did they not inform you of my circumstances? I did not expect such incompetence from the Jedi, but I shall repeat the tale once more.
Many years ago, I brought my family here to Dantooine to escape the crush of humanity on the core worlds. Soon after we settled here, the Sandrels arrived, and they have been a plague upon my house ever since. The injustices the Sandrels have committed against the Matalis are far too numerous to name. But the Council is well aware of our many disputes. Recently, I discovered several Sandrel droids trespassing on my land. My own security droids destroyed the invaders. Not a single one survived. I have no idea what nefarious purpose lay behind their arrival. My own assassination, perhaps. Destruction of my property. Maybe a simple spy mission. I wasn't about to find out. It was shortly after this incident that Shen, my only son and heir to the Matali estate, vanished. Obviously, Nurik, the unscrupulous head of the Sandrel clan, has abducted my son in retaliation for the destruction of his droids. Why does the Council insist on stalling? The life of my son is at stake. Is it possible? Yes, of course. Now I understand. I am a man of the world, Jedi. I know how things are done. I will make a contribution of 1,000 credits to the Council in exchange for rescuing Shen from the Sandrels. I will present the credits directly to you, of course. Whether the Council ever learns of this donation is completely up to you. Nevertheless, my offer still stands. 1,000 credits for Shen's safe return. Know, however, that I will not sit idly by much longer. Eventually, I will take whatever action is necessary to rescue my son, including raising the entire Sandrel estate. Until you find Shen, Jedi, we have nothing further to discuss. I suggest you hurry south to their estate, lest I take matters into my own hands.